Mama Bear here from Wildflowers Adventures. And as promised, I've come here today to give you a preview of all of the gear I plan to take on our through hike attempt next year of the Appalachian Trail. Now, forgive me of any background noise that might be distracting. I've tried my best to mitigate any distracting noises, but as you can hear, we have a cat with the zoomies. Her name is Ellie, running around, and you can hear her bells. Neighbors are doing their lawns, kids are doing their homework, and dogs are barking. So my apologies, I'm doing my best, but you know, it's real life. So let's get started, let's get into it. What I will be wearing, let's start with that because I think that will help work our way back into the bag. So the very first thing I will be wearing are cheap. I think they were $20, Amazon. I can link the description later. They have pockets, which I think are amazing on both sides. I have merino wool, brawn, sports bra, and underwear. For a base layer, which is actually packed in there, is a icebreaker 150 merino wool base layer. Then on top of that, I will have the dragon wool hoodie from Outdoor Vitals. And on top of that, I'm going to have the Ventus hoodie also from Outdoor Vitals. I've tried this combination out in about 30-degree weather when we were hiking back in Tennessee last month, and it was absolutely perfect. I wasn't cold, I wasn't hot. It was actually perfect, and I think that day we did 6 or 7 miles, and so it was great. It was wonderful. So this is tried and true. For the Foothills Trail that we're going to be doing in a few weeks, we are expecting temperatures only to get down. The highs, I think, during the day are going to be in the mid-70s, and then the lows at night I have seen between 30 and 40. So I'm not taking the top layer for the Foothills Trail because I'm clearly not going to need that. For day one for the Foothills Trail, by the way, I didn't mention the Foothills Trail that we're going to be doing in South Carolina is a 76.1 mile through hike, and that's going to serve as our shakedown hike. So I'm only going to take the base layer to start in, the leggings, and this dragon wool hoodie. I should be plenty. I also am bringing, which I'll show in here in a little bit, but I'm also bringing shorts and a shirt because if it's 70s during the day, I think one day I saw it's potentially going to be 79. I'm going to be hot. So it's going to be the same thing that I take on the Appalachian Trail. So everything here will be everything that I'm taking to see how it works and see how I like it. We'll be wearing a pair of Darn Tough socks. I do have Ingenji toe liners that I might take. I tend to do just fine just with the Darn Tough, so I don't know, still kind of thinking that through. And my favorite so far, tried and true, Hoka Speed Goats 5s. I love these. They work really well for me. All right, let's see. Oh, and you'll notice here, this is actually Jael's pack. This is a Tarn, I think it's Tarn, REI 40 that she'll be taking. I'm not gonna unload her gear and load it back. Sorry guys. If you have any questions on what she might be carrying, she's 10 and about 62 pounds. So if you have any questions for your kids, recommendations, I'm happy to answer them now, or she of course can answer them after we get back from the shakedown hike to tell you what she liked, what she didn't like, what she needs to switch out, or what have you. In this pack over here, we're actually taking my older daughter with us on this Foothills Trail, not on the Appalachian Trail next year, but she is going with us on the Foothills Trail, and this is a Gregory J38. This is a great pack. She likes it, it fits her well, so she is 12 and I think 90 pounds, somewhere around there, but she likes it. So if you have any questions about stuff for your kids, I'm happy to answer either now or after we've tested all this gear out. Okay, for trekking poles, I think these are $20, $25, I don't know, Cascade Mountain from Amazon. This is my second pair. I only bought this pair because I just like the color better. I know, nothing's wrong with the other pair, I just like them. And I do like the cork-like handles. They work fine for me. I've liked them and my second pair. For an umbrella, Jael and I are carrying an umbrella. I got the gold and she got the silver. And this is, now I can't remember what umbrella this is. I think it's the Gossamer Gear umbrella, but it's, yeah, Gossamer Gear umbrella. It's super, super lightweight. It's a full-size umbrella. I think it's 6.6 ounces. It's fantastic, and it's carbon fiber, so hopefully we'll be safe if there's ever lightning as we're trekking. I like hiking with umbrellas. I know that's another topic that some people either love it or hate it. I like it. It's good for sun. It's good obviously for rain, and it just works for us. So we're gonna give it a go because I think we're gonna get at least 2, if not 3 days of pretty significant rains on our Foothills Trail. So we'll see. All right, so my pack is the Hyperlite Windrider 4400. I went with a 4400 because I feel like I need a little bit bigger of a pack. Number one, because originally it was supposed to be all 3 of us going, and Ava, carrying this pack, has decided not to join us on the AT next year. So I unknowingly bought a 3-person tent. I'll go through that in a minute too. But she's decided that she would rather not, which is okay. It's totally cool. And I don't think I want to get another pack or another tent, sorry. So I got the bigger pack because it's a bigger tent and it takes up more space. But also my thought process is, if for any reason Jael needs me to help carry some of her load, the pack that I had before, which was the Outdoor Vitals Shadow Light 65 liter, I absolutely love. I have no issues with it. It fits me well. The only thing that I didn't super love about that, and I should have brought it to show you guys, but the frame comes up a little high for me, and so it's hard for me to really lift my head up, which is not that big of a deal unless like you're boulder scrambling, and then it does kind of become a big deal because you have to look up and just limits my mobility a little bit. But honestly, it wasn't enough to not want to take that pack. The real reason strictly is they offered, this is fully waterproof Dyneema, which is nice, and it is 70 liters plus a front has, I believe, another 9 or 10 liters of space. So if I happen to need to help her take any of her stuff or carry any extra weight for any reason, I have plenty of room in here, and you'll see how much room I have left once I start to open the pack. Let's start with hip pockets. So this is going to be hard to kind of show you guys, but how you see the hip belt pockets, there's 2 there. In the first one, I carry snacks. So currently on day 1, I've got a couple snacks going on. I've got a Gatorade bar, I've got some cheese and peanut butter crackers, I have some little Slim Jims, and the Cliff Shot. I haven't tried these, but I saw these on a video and thought, chocolate cherry plus 100 milligrams of caffeine, you can't go wrong. I guess you could, but we'll see. And then my favorite trail food is peach rings. Oh, they're so good. So that is in my left hip belt pocket. And then in my right hip belt pocket, I have hand sanitizer. If I can get it out. So I've got some hand sanitizer. I'm probably going to take it out of this. I originally had it clipped to my backpack, and I don't love things hanging off of my backpack. If I can limit it, I will. I do have some spray, just to be safe. Not bear spray, just regular people spray. I have a liquid IV and chapstick. Now, I also plan to put my phone in there. I'm not sure if I'm going to love that, which is why we're going to test it out, right? Or if I'm going to need a little bit more room for easy accessibility. So I've noticed a lot of people that have the Hyperlite backpacks that they usually also have a small hip belt pocket in front. I do have one. I actually got it for free when I ordered some Tiva sandals. So I'm gonna take it. I might use it. I can see putting more snacks in here, more Element, Liquid IV, drink things. Definitely things that I need easily accessible to. Probably for the through hike, I will put my little small baggie of cash, insurance cards, ID, debit cards. I will probably put it in here because in this one specifically, they have a little additional zip back here. For this trail that we're doing in a couple of weeks, I'm not going to put the money and keys and all of that I'm going to have to take in there because I don't need it at all. There's no place to get off for resupply. There's no town to stop into, and I don't want to take the chance of it getting lost or coming out, especially my keys. So that I'm going to find there's a pocket way down in here that I'll probably put in there and like carabiner it in or something. But for the AT, I will more than likely put it in here because you do need it, every 3 to 4 days once you get into town and resupply. I would like some other kind of lightweight wallet because I don't know, let's be honest, this is kind of ugly. it's just a Ziploc bag, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get one. Hyperlite has a couple, Chicken Tramper has a couple that I thought were really pretty, but we'll see. I will not be wearing my Apple Watch on the trail because I simply don't want to have something else that I have to charge. So I'm just going to take the Casio watch, just the digital Casio watch, and a mosquito band or bug band bracelet. I don't know if they work. They're pretty cool. They were like 10 for $15 on Amazon. It's pretty. So I'll wear this and see how it works. If anything, it at least looks nice. Okay, so let's get into the bag. On the outside, you're gonna see the Garmin Mini 2. This will be the first time I've used it on the Foothills Trail, or actually let's hope and pray that I don't have to use it for anything other than maybe checking in with my family or sending them some map share functions. That would be super cool. Otherwise, let's hope I don't have to use it. I also got a super cheap $10 pair of glasses. I like them. They're gonna work just fine. I did not want to take my Purcells and then of course lose them on the trail. That would be super sad. I have the Kula cloth that is on the outside of the bag. This I've used a couple of times already just on shorter trails around town, and I like it. I have no issues with it. I'm happy with it. Let's see, on the outside I have just shoes, for walking around the water, camp shoes. I originally had the Tiva Trail something, Universal Trail something, but they were like, I think it was like 15 ounces, and these are about 7.5, which is still kind of a lot, but I think I'm gonna want them. We'll see. We're gonna see if I want them or if I even use them at all, if I could do without them. In here I also have my rain gear. I have the Outdoor Research. Oh, you guys, I can't remember which jacket this is. I will look it up and then I will comment on what it is. I'll also try to link all of the things that I have in here on the bottom of the page. That way, if you guys are interested, you can go check it out. But super, super lightweight. And helium, Outdoor Research helium rain jacket and Outdoor Research helium pants. I have no idea if these are good. The current one that I have is a Patagonia jacket, and I love it. It is so wonderful. It has pit zips. It's solid. It's great for wind. It's great for rain, but it's heavy. It's significantly heavier than this one. I think it's almost double, if not 2.5 times heavier than this. And y'all know ounces make pounds, so I don't know. We'll see. If this doesn't work as well, then I'm going to go back to the Patagonia, but I'm hoping and praying it does because this is so lightweight. It's almost kind of crazy. In this pocket too, I also have Sawyer filter. I don't know if I'm going to keep this. I like it. I like having things that are compartmentalized so I can just grab and go and not having to dig and reach. But, as you all know, the CNOC bag. And I think that one's a 2-liter, the 2-liter bag. I may bring this too. This might be a backup. I'm actually probably going to give this one to Ava, my other daughter, so that she can carry that. And then of course the Sawyer squeeze, not the mini, just the regular. I also have water purification tablets that I'm gonna take. I don't think I need this whole thing. I'm probably going to take some out of here and put it in a little baggie because, again, ounces make pounds. And then I have some gear repair tape in case I need some. Hopefully I will not, but it's in there anyways. So that's in there. I have to remember to try not to pack my fears, because my thought process is if this were to fail for some reason, I'd have a backup. Which, you know, you toggle back and forth between, am I being smart and prepared? And as a mom, that's something that I am big about, always being prepared for things, and I teach our kids to be prepared. But there's also that, you know, what is the likelihood of that bag failing? I don't know. From what I hear, it's pretty solid, so probably pretty low. I don't know. I'll kind of just think on that. And that other bag, it weighs nothing, but you'll notice that a lot of things I have are not heavy at all. But at the end of the day, this bag all in is about 19 pounds. So I think I'll check this out and see how much it weighs again. But I think it's about 19 pounds. Not bad. It's really good. It's definitely better than the 37 bag I took last year when we did the section hike from Amicalola to Neal's Gap. So I've come a far long way from that. However, you know, you're carrying it when you're thinking about, you know, 2,200 miles plus, every single little bit helps. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll figure out what I've got and what I want to take and what I can do without. All right, so that's everything on the outside. On the sides, oh my bad, I have one more. I have the Deuce 2 spade shovel and then some toilet paper on the side. And then I will have the Smart water bottles that I have to go and grab from the gas station today, because for whatever reason, Publix over here isn't selling the 1 liter, they're only selling the 1.5 liters. And I don't want that much. So as you can see how I unfold, there is a significant amount of space still left in this bag. So if I were to need something or to carry something else additional fragile, I could. But otherwise you just fold it down and it's all good to go. So let's see what's in the bag. On top, I have the electronics bag. I just realized I don't have the block in here because I'm not going to need it for this trail, but I'm going to go get one anyways, just again, so I can have everything in one spot. I have the Black Diamond headlamp. It has batteries. It's not one of the rechargeable ones. It's worked fine for us so far. I don't see me changing that. And then I have two 10,000 milliamp night core batteries. These are great. Compared to the Anchor ones that I have, they're, I mean, so much smaller. I wish I had it here so I could show you the difference, but these are great. And then I have, you know, the cords that I need in here as well. So that's gonna go in the Hyperlite Dyneema bag. For this trail, but also just in general, I like to have the day of food out. And so here's day one food. I have some snacks already in the front hip belt pocket, but this is day one food. I like to just have it accessible. I don't want to have to dig it out of somewhere else. So this is pretty much on top for me. Underneath that is the Ursac Almighty. I don't remember the liter. It's like 10 liters maybe. I don't know. It's 4 to 5 days worth of food. Jael and I have decided to carry this rather than a bear can, and also rather than hanging a bear bag. I could hang a bear bag. I know that I could. I've done it before. It's honestly not that difficult, and you know, it's just a personal preference. I feel like that having something that I don't have to do another big chore at the end of the day is something that I'm going to appreciate when it's just her and I backpacking together next year. You know, it's not fun when you get to camp and it's dark and you're looking for a tree to hang a backpack. It's, you know, you've got to tie this to a tree, but that's a lot easier to find than looking for the perfect branch. That's the certain height you need it to be. That's also the certain distance from the tree. So we've gotten to camp where it was pouring raining before, where, you know, it was dark. I was exhausted on a cellular level. I know myself, and I'm not going to want to bear hang. Now, could I change my mind? Sure, anything's possible. But currently, we're choosing to opt for the Ursac, and there's the food that's in there. For the Foothills Trail, we are only taking with us 3 days of food because our shuttle driver, Taz, is going to drop a food cache for us, or we're going to drop with him about halfway through the trail. So we'll pick up that food as we pass through. So there's 3 days of food, 2 in there and then 1 just sitting on top. Next I have on top is my puppy. And this is the Outdoor Vitals Nova Pro. Fantastic hoodie. I'm a big Outdoor Vitals fan when it comes to the soft lines that they create. I couldn't be happier. This has been just wonderful, and it's so lightweight. I think it's not quite 10 ounces, probably a little bit less than that because it's a size small. Next I have, now just stuff sort of piled on top, is our Cook system. I'm bringing this little luxury item. I don't know if I'm going to keep it again, ounces or pounds. I don't remember how much this weighs, but I want to say it's like 6 or 7 ounces. And it's a little Sea to Summit collapsible cup. Kind of cool, right? I'm going to like to have my coffee in the morning, and I don't want to have to cook it in my toast pot. For the pot I'm taking is the 900 milliliter with the lid. That's going to be plenty enough for Jael and I to have to boil the water for our food. Because there's 3 of us, we'll probably have to boil it twice, which is fine. But for when it's just the 2 of us next year, we'll have plenty of food. This is the MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe. Works well. Last year we had the big, huge jet boil. Way too heavy, way too big. And then of course we have our fuel. I have a full-size lighter. Ultralighters, don't freak out. I'm actually thinking of going and grabbing a mini because most people carry minis. But that all fits in here, so that's nice. And so we'll put that back in here. And this kind of stows away. This little carrying case that it came with is not very heavy, and I like how it can just kind of all, I can cinch it up and it can all just sort of stay together. Next thing we have in here is my hygiene kit and the med kit. Now, this is probably a little bit bigger than it needs to be, but because there's 3 of us, there's a few extra things in here that I'm just carrying, you know, because we have 2 of my kids instead of 1. I'm taking a really lightweight cloth to wash up, to clean up, just to kind of get the grime off every day and every night. I am taking a little brush because sometimes you just need to. It has a mirror too. It's from the dollar store. $1.25 now, not $1. Oh, I don't know. Will this be something we ditch? Maybe. It's super lightweight, but it also feels good just to kind of groom a little bit, even when you've been in the backcountry. I have a mosquito head net in here. We haven't needed this yet, and I don't think we'll need it for a while, not until at least we get farther north. We have 1 pair of hand warmers, toothbrush, toothpaste. I have 1 ounce of, or 1.6 ounces of Sea to Summit Wilderness Wash. I also have Dr. Bronner's, which I actually think I'm going to get the Dr. Bronner's and put it in a much smaller thing because this stuff is crazy concentrated, and there's no way the 3 of us need this for a 6-day section or through hike. I have a little nail file because sometimes, you know, when you get those hangnails or whatever and then it's snagging on everything, that drives me crazy. I have some combat wipes, I think they're called. I have 6 for here. Honestly, we'll probably end up ditching these for the through hike, but you know, for the shorter 76 mile, I thought, why not? Then I got a contact case from the dollar store, and in this side I have sunscreen for my face, and on this side I have nighttime moisturizer. This weighs hardly nothing, and I feel like it's important to, you know, keep kind of taking care of your face and your body while you're out on trail. This time it'll be only 6 days, but you know, next year it'll be 6 months, and I don't know, I just want to kind of keep that up. And then we've got a couple of hair ties, and that's it for the hygiene. Moving on to the med kit. I have way too much stuff in here. I already know. This is Mama Bear packing fears for her baby bears, but I'm doing it. I have tampons, which I don't think we will need. I have a tiny little thing of biofreeze I will probably need. Tiger Balm would be better, but it's heavier, so I just went with that. I have for Jael because she's still not able to take adult medicine, so I have children's Tylenol, and if you can hear it, it's the powder, and it's cherry flavor or wild berry, so it's not bad. I have one Alka-Seltzer for heartburn. I have one thing of Benadryl. I have 2 things of poison ivy wipes, poison sumac, poison oak, all of that. God, I hope we don't need that. I've seen those horror stories. I have 1 thing of Excedrin migraine, which I can't imagine eating. And then I have 2 things of just the ibuprofen tablets, the Amazon ones, and 2 things of Advil. Some Band-Aids, a couple different collections, and then I can't remember what these are called, but they're specifically for blisters. I can't remember what they're called, but they're padded. And so I have 3 of these. Ava and Jael also have their own much smaller condensed med kit, but you know, I have the extras just in case we need more. And because I heard that about these yellow jackets and coming into contact with those is pretty painful, I did bring some sting kill medicine, and also they had wipes, which I brought those as well, just 2, not a lot. And lastly, a few more things. I brought some anti-chafing stuff. This is Squirrel's nut butter. I don't know if it's good. Actually, I got it for free when I ordered something from Outdoor Vitals. Antiseptic wipes and a couple of hydrocortisone creams, and that's it. So more than I need, but that's the mama bear. When it comes to medical stuff, when it comes to, you know, my kids being in pain or uncomfortable, I want to be able to have something to at least make them feel better, or in emergency purposes like the Benadryl, we have those there too. My last tool that's in there is the Q2 or Gutu, I don't remember, multi-tool from Amazon. I think it was like $20. It's small. You can see how big it is. What I liked about this is, sorry, I'm having to look and see with my eyes. There was scissors, which are always golden on trail, right? So there's scissors, but there's also at the end, and of course I can't figure it out on camera, there are nail clippers, which you have to have them on trail. It's so important to keep your nails trimmed on your feet and on your hands, but especially on your feet, because if not, it's going to start hurting in your shoes, and it's just bad news. So that was a multi-tool that I got from Amazon. All right, now I have the Big Agnes Copper Spur UL3. See how big this is, why I needed a 70 liter. I love this tent. It is so wonderful. It is sturdy, it is roomy, it is big. It's probably more than we actually need, especially Jael and I, because there only will be 2. But I'm going back and forth. I am literally still on the fence whether or not I'm going to keep this. And this comes in at about 4.5 pounds, I think. I'll have to go back and look, but it's not light. But it is super light for what it is. So normal tents that are 3-person are, you know, upwards of 8 pounds. So for a little over 4 pounds, it's wonderful. It's sturdy. I've heard really, really good reviews. People saying that, you know, when they were in storms, whether it was wind, rain, what have you, they felt very secure and as safe as you can in the woods in a storm. But I have toyed with the idea of switching and buying the Durston 2-person tent. That also has amazing reviews, and I think that is only like 2 pounds, and it's about half its size. So I don't know. I'm still thinking. That's also like another $300 and some odd. So I don't know. I'll make the decision. I still have time. Here are the tent poles. That tent is so easy to put up too, and it has a mountain glow feature to where you click a button and it lights up on the inside, which is cool. Then I'm bringing a super lightweight rag to wipe off anything that we need to. This is like, I think it's an ounce maybe. That's worth its weight. I do have a buff, and this is supposed to be treated, you know, bug treated or something, so it's a buff. I don't remember where I got that from actually. I think from Duluth Trading. but I really like it. As you can tell, I like green because green is pretty, and blue. For my pad, I have the Nemo Tensor insulated. I switched from the Outdoor Vitals pad. It just wasn't, it was weird. It was super comfortable the first few times we used it camping, and then it just got super uncomfortable. So I think it's me. I don't think it's anything with that, because the girls still use that pad and they love it. But I like how this baffle formation is, and so I've not used this on trail yet. I've only just tried it out at home, and it's so comfortable. So I'm excited to try this. My sleep is not something I am willing to cut corners on. So that usually means a little bit heavier. And I'm okay with that because sleep is so important. All right, in here, so I also have a Nyloflume. Even though this pack is waterproof, I do have, it's hard to see, a Nyloflume liner. It weighs next to nothing, and it just protects everything doubly extra that I don't want to get wet. So all the other stuff so far that I've shown you has not been in there. The only thing that is in there are my clothes, my sleeping bag or my quilt, and I think my pillow and my liner might be in here. This is the bag that I have all my clothes stuffed in. It's from the dollar store. I don't love it. I'm probably gonna get a similar one from Hyperlite just because it's lighter and I just like it better. This is not waterproof, water resistant, but it's what I have for right now. If I get anything, it'll be lighter, so the weight penalty will be 0 or positive. This is a Sea to Summit Thermalite Reactor Compact Plus. This is supposed to add 10 degrees. I am not going to need it for the Foothills Trail. I'm simply only taking it because I will be taking it next year for the AT Thru hike attempt, because we're starting in March and it's going to be cold. For my pillow, oh, my pillow has been drama, you guys. I've tried like 3 or 4 different pillows. I have finally settled on the Nemo Philo something. I don't remember. I'll link it. Oh, it's heavy. It's not light, but I love it. It's comfortable. I slept so well on it. So again, I'm not compromising my sleep. I'll cut corners other places, but not when it comes to sleep. And last but not least, I love this thing. I have I'll give you a peek inside. Enlightened Equipment Enigma 10. And so it's pretty blue. I had a different quilt before, which I liked, but it was heavier and it just didn't pack down quite as small. So trying to cut weight everywhere possible without sacrificing, of course, safety, because that's always a priority. I switched to Enlightened Equipment. It was a lot more expensive, but I've only slept in it and laid on it at home, and oh, it's so nice. It's so comfortable. So I'm actually really excited to try out this new sleep system on the trail and see how it works. So that's it, guys. I think I have covered everything. Double check. Everything in my pack. Yep, everything's out. A strap for, I don't know, Nemo. Must be for my pillow. I'll put it in there. I found it. Okay, so yeah, I've covered everything. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. Most of this gear or about half of this gear we've already used. I've already tested out, but I've not tested everything out altogether. So we will be on the Foothills Trail soon, and we will give this all a go. And when we get back, we'll make the adjustments that we need to continue to do some practice hikes, some training hikes. We're continuing our regimen of daily walks. Just really preparing and saving money and, getting excited about this big adventure that we have to come. So again, any questions, please let me know. I'll do my best to answer. I will try to go and link everything in the description. And if I don't, if you have a question, I'll respond directly to you and link it. So for now, I hope you guys have a great day, and keep on trekking on. Happy trails, and until next time, we'll see you then. Bye.